What if I told you that a few $100 certification could land you a $75,000 a year remote job? Well, that's actually the case, and it's happened for some of my students. And in today's video, I'm going to show you the 5 online certifications that are actually worth your time and money. And notice I said actually worth it, because let's be real, 95% of online certificates and certifications are kind of useless. Okay, not completely useless, but they're not going to benefit you all that much. And I've spent the last 4 years helping people land remote jobs, and I can tell you firsthand that most hiring managers couldn't care less about advanced social media strategy certificate that you've got from some random website out there, because just about any website out there can start a certificate or certification. But what actually matters is if that certificate or certification moves the needle. Does it actually impress hiring managers, business owners, and recruiters? And the reason I know these are good is because I've personally seen hundreds of my viewers and students use these exact certs to land high-paying remote jobs, and sometimes switch careers completely, or negotiate $20,000 raises. And the best part is none of these certificates require previous experience or a college degree. So if you appreciate me making this type of video, let me know by gently tapping that like button, and let's dive in with number 1 on the list. Now, by the way, quick obligatory disclaimer, the salary figures I mentioned come from sources like Glassdoor. These are average estimates, not guarantees, and your actual salary can vary depending on your experience, location, or the company that you work for, as well as many other factors. So use these numbers as a general guide, not a promise of what you'll earn. And as always, make sure you do your own research. All right, certification number 1 is the AWS Certified Solutions Architect Associate, or the SAA. So this certification validates that you can design, deploy, and cost optimize AWS architectures. And here's why it can be worth more than a degree. It directly maps to in-demand cloud roles. Now, if you weren't aware, AWS stands for Amazon Web Services. And AWS is also likely the biggest cloud platform in the world. And the cloud is super hot right now because companies want to be able to store everything, aka all their data and information, on the cloud. And this certificate is pretty fast to complete. We're talking weeks to months, and it's used as a screening filter for cloud jobs. So let me share a real success story. One career switcher with an accounting degree passed AWS SAA, and he built 2 simple GitHub projects, and within 10 months, he had 2 job offers. And now they're a full stack developer. Another example, a DevOps engineer, said a big reason that their current job brought them in for an interview was their AWS SAA combined with hands-on work. And that's straight from the hiring manager in HR. Now, let's talk money. According to Glassdoor, the salary for 0 to 1 years of experience for a solutions architect is $106,000 to $181,000 a year. And you can get the AWS SAA certification from AWS Skill Builder because they offer both free and paid exam prep with structured paths and practice questions. So if you want to excel at this certification, check out the AWS Cloud Solutions Architect Professional Certificate on Coursera because it includes a dedicated SAA exam prep course with labs and quizzes. And by the way, you can check out all the certificates and certifications I mentioned in this video in the description in the pinned comment below. And overall, I'm going to rate this certification 9 out of 10. Why? Elite market demand plus high ceilings. But SAA alone rarely lands an architect job without a portfolio and experience. All right, next one is going to be a certificate, not a certification. Certifications require you to take a test to get it. Certificates don't. Most certifications, generally speaking, are more valuable than certificates, but this is the exception. And this is going to be the Google Data Analytics Professional Certificate. This is a hands-on introduction to spreadsheets, SQL, data visualization, and analysis workflow. And portfolio projects are included. So why can this be worth more than a degree? Well, it targets entry-level data roles quickly. There's a strong brand plus a portfolio that lets you bypass long academic paths. And here's a success story that'll blow your mind. An accountant finished the Google Data Analytics cert in 1 month. They fixed their resume, they updated their LinkedIn, and a recruiter reached out. The result is a data role offer. And this all happened in a little bit over a month. Another story. A bartender used the Google Data Analytics certificate. They learned SQL, Tableau, and R, and they landed an analyst job with little prior tech experience and reports 55 to 85K in 18 months. And they emphasize portfolio over pedigree. Now, generally speaking, for salary, according to Glassdoor, 0 to 1 years of experience as a data analyst is going to make around $65,000 to $104,000 per year. So that 55 to 85K per month salary change is very realistic if you get this cert, because that's right in the middle of that range.
Hey guys, guys in the editing process right now, but quick pause to give you a special deal from Coursera. So Coursera is launching its promo offer, and this is where learners will get access to thousands and thousands of courses, and all of this for
40% off for 3 months.
Details are on the screen and you can check it out. So it's going to be down in the description as well as the pinned comment below. So go down there to check it out. But anyways, back to the video.
Link is in the description and pinned comment below. And this is the official program by Google with hands-on projects and portfolio building. And overall, I'm going to rate this one a 9 out of 10. Great speed and ROI with a clear pathway. This one is up there as my first or second highest rated of all the Google professional certificates, which the Google professional certificates are amazing. And this one is up there around like number 1 or number 2. But it still requires a portfolio and practical proof of experience to compete. All right, certification number 3 is the CompTIA Security Plus. Now, CompTIA is the gold standard for many different IT and cybersecurity related careers. What do I mean by gold standard? What I mean by that is this is the certification company that all of the hiring managers, or maybe not all of them, but most of the hiring managers, bosses, business owners, recruiters, etc., actually care about and respect. And that is regardless of the fact that maybe other certifications out there are objectively better at actually teaching people, right? I do get those comments sometimes, and they are valid. There may be many other certifications out there that are better at teaching these different concepts. But what I care about with my viewers and my students is which ones give them the highest chance of success, which ones gives them the highest chance of landing a good job. And CompTIA is the gold standard right now. And so therefore, in most cases, it does give them the highest chances of landing a job. So yeah, this is one of the quickest ways to clear cyber HR filters. And to get this, one poster reports passing Security Plus and receiving a same-day offer for a full-time IT role, which is pretty crazy. Same day. Another example, after finishing Security Plus, someone kept interviewing and landed an IBM job as an associate security analyst in 3 months. IBM is a pretty impressive company. Now, according to Glassdoor, 0 to 1 years of experience for a cybersecurity analyst role is $82,000 to $133,000 a year. And for Security Plus Prep, check out the Google Cybersecurity Professional Certificate on Coursera. And you can also find the CompTIA Security Plus courses directly on Coursera that are exam domain aligned. So yeah, really good one. I'm gonna give it an 8.5 out of 10. It's a strong signal plus compliance value. Still not a silver bullet without labs and projects, especially in this current economy right now. It is harder than ever to get a job, and you really do need to prove that you have the skills. And the way to do that is to build a portfolio, and even better, build a social media presence, because that pretty much guarantees that you're going to have a job. All right, certification number 4, Project Management Professional, or the PMP. Now, this is the industry standard credential proving end-to-end project leadership across timelines, scope, and budgets. Now, why is it worth more than a degree? Well, for experienced coordinators and PMPs, these 3 letters immediately unlock higher pay, PM postings, and credibility. And one person passed the PMP in March 2024 and got a job offer with a 40% salary increase by June 2024. Another example, after earning the PMP, someone was promoted to senior PM with a $15,000 raise. And according to Glassdoor, 0 to 1 years of experience for project manager is $64,000 to $108,000 a year. And several Reddit users report bumps. One cited 15% raise after passing PMP, and you can get a PMP prep from the official PMI authorized on-demand PMP exam prep, and this satisfies the 35 contact hours requirement. And for additional support, Coursera offers PMP exam prep courses and project management specializations that can help you build your fundamentals. So yeah, this one, classic, 8.5 out of 10, but it is less useful for true beginners, which is why I give it an 8.5. All right, next one is the Salesforce Certified Administrator. This is one where I've seen it time and time again. People get this and they're able to land a really good job. Salesforce is one of the biggest, if not the biggest CRMs in the world. It's used by some of the biggest companies in the world. And this cert basically validates your skills to configure Salesforce automation processes, but also to manage users and also to translate business needs. Now, why is it worth more than a degree? In many cases, the Salesforce ecosystem is massive. An admin cert plus hands-on Trailhead projects can land remote-friendly roles fast, and also in-person roles if that's what you want. Now, here's an amazing story. One person got certified without a college degree, and they say that they've held 3 Salesforce jobs since their first role in September of 2022. And a Salesforce Pro, who's now an application architect, says most of their team doesn't have CS degrees. And you can break in by showcasing skills with Trailhead and projects, not pedigree. And according to Glassdoor, 0 to 1 years of experience for Salesforce administrators is $80,000 to $126,000 a year. So I'm gonna rate this one a solid 9 out of 10. I think it's really good. However, it does typically still require a portfolio. You know, it's not a silver bullet, and you do wanna have a good portfolio. And check out this video right here where I go over a bunch of really good certifications and certificates that can help you to land a job, and I'll see you there.